Hey, what's up? Dusk here. So Deceive has out their Hotfix patch. This isn't the big one. It's not going to have some of the overhauls that they were talking about, but it's got some important stuff, some PS5 stability. There was some crashes that happened if you tried to play with the console friend. Aim assist rework, trying to get the controllers to be a little bit more reliable, but not so strong that it's just an aimbot, trying to get that into a good spot. The scroll wheel bug, if you ever got this bug, you'll know exactly what they're talking about. Your mouse wheel would just go berserk and your inventory would turn into an insane Rolodex. Matchmaking preference settings where you can basically kind of like pick your regions, or just do best latency only, or just say, who cares, go worldwide. I know this was a really big deal for some people, so there you go. Modifications to animated portrait. I think this is just a performance thing. Invalid skins. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Fixed Silver Reef shortcut. There's a shortcut in Terminal Room E in Silver Reef that has been non-functional since launch. I'm not sure which room that is, but I think it might be the room that has all the RPGs up on the wall. I think that's the room they're talking about. I might be wrong on that. Agent balance tweaks. I did not think we would actually get some balance tweaks in here. See some chatter, overall agent performance, and perception. While we're not pushing major changes to a balance, if you've ever watched any of my other videos on balance, I typically hate knee-jerk reaction balance changes where they do big sweeping changes. I like stair-stepped measured balances done in kind of succession. It's a much better way to do balance. It makes sure that you're always moving toward a good ballpark of balance instead of accidentally overshooting and then constantly, overcorrecting in the wrong direction, right? So this is really good. Now, it doesn't say what's here, but I'm almost certain that Cavalier is going to get a nerf to her damage on her pistols. Maybe an ammo reduction, hard to say. Hans will get a buff to his damage, and then we might see a few minor tweaks on some of the others. I wouldn't be surprised if Yumi got a nerf to her heal, but maybe a buff to maybe her passive, so we might see some nerf buffs on Yumi. And I'm not sure. I've heard that Squire overperforms a tad, but I'm not sure. I didn't really get an impression that there was much going on with Squire. Either way, they said this one's going to be pretty minor, so we might only see Cavalier and Hans tweaks in this one. Oh, look, here we go. Cavalier, very high pick rate. Part of it is because Cavalier is just cool. She investigates like Velma, pulls out the notepad. She has a freaking kung fu kick that she can do. She runs around with the akimbo pistols. She just looks cool. Amazing character design. So Cavalier's pick rate will probably just always be high. Just a phenomenally well done, super fun character to play. But is she overperforming? I do think she is. So we're going to see some... having two pistols will always be incredibly cool, yeah. But she is a bit too oppressive, and I agree. Her whole kit is, like, always good at every stage in the game, and no other agent really has that, where they're just always strong at every stage. But Cavalier definitely is. Some of her weapons have been a bit too permissive. There you go. So, okay, so they're really talking quite a bit here. Oh, we're going to get to see what they are. Okay, so reduced ammo. And I'm guessing reduced ammo, let's see, in magazine, and the reload time increase. Oh, so they're going to leave her damage alone and just hit her ammo. These are pretty good changes, actually. These are really good changes, actually. Because one of her kicks was it would, like, you could kick and it would reload your weapon for you. And I always thought that was kind of like, do you really need that? But this is actually going to make that kick a little bit more valuable. Which is a more, I think one of the more skilled ways to play her now that it's actually needed. Before you really didn't need to, let's be real. Squire, according to our analytics, has been doing extremely well, so we mentioned him. Let's see. Supposed to be newcomer-friendly character, agent doing great. Let's see, a bit overperforming. Let's see, base weapon, reduced ammo and magazine. Oh, okay, okay. So it looks like that's all they're really going to do here is just tweak the ammo count. Wow, I really like that these are impactful changes, but like they're not going crazy. Like I said, they're not they're not trying to like overcorrect. These are very measured steps. Wow. Really like this. Hans, on the other end of the spectrum, underperforming. So look like the damage fall off on all three weapons hip fire. Oh, so fall off damage, and I didn't know that was even a mechanic. Well, now we know. Shotgun pellets will keep full damage up to 10 meters now instead of 5. Oh, that's going to be so much more intuitive. I'm sure a lot of people, like myself, didn't even realize fall-off damage existed. So, wow, that's huge to know. The damage fall-off curve for Hans's hip fire will be less abrupt, allowing pellets to keep a little bit more damage. That's so much better. This is definitely what I need. All right, minimum damage of pellets will be 60% instead of 50% at the farthest range to keep a more consistent time to kill. So it's not, none of his actual damage values got buffed. Instead, it's just about trying to make him more intuitive and consistent and performing at the ranges that you kind of expect. Because 5 meters is pretty short. Wow. Again, I'm shocked by all of this, but this is cool. I like this. A good measured step. Now, I predict that Hans might get another buff in the future, and we might even see Cavalier and possibly even Squire get an additional nerf. But for starters, amazing changes. Like, this is just a hotfix, but what a hotfix.